This call is now being recorded.
Yo!
What's up?
How's it going, man?
Oh, you know.
Sorry, never followed up
Monday.
camps.
What's that? Yeah. Monday morning. Saw you were getting grub an hour ago. I'm like, oh, he must be up.
Yeah, get loaded by 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's got to be by 1:30 Sunday night. Which is funny.
Okay.
My
Monday. That'd be Monday, actually.
Yeah, technically Monday, but when told about it, like gotta come in Sunday night, but like yeah, that's why it doesn't feel too bad. I mean, it's still not 2 complete days off, but it doesn't feel too bad being that I come in so late,
Right.
But
Yeah, but you know about it ahead of time, not an hour before.
Yep. Well, it's funny because my boss texted me yesterday morning, running out of KC Mo. Gave the truck number and do a coffee bill. I said, yes, sir. I kind of figured.
Same
but
truck?
at least he's giving you an update. So I was like, oh, cool. All right, yeah. I kind of figured.
Yeah. Cool.
That I was kind of told I'll do this run on a regular basis, so he could have not messaged me, and I just would have come in and figured I was doing it.
Yeah, well, you're still new and shit, so it's only your second week.
Yeah, kind of interesting experience Saturday though, because I got to bed probably like 4 in the afternoon because I was taking care of shit,
Right.
But figured set my alarm for like 9, get at least 5 hours of sleep that night to kind of then hang out and I'd grab my drinks and whatnot when we'd hit the grocery store across the street, and Aaron was like, "Why do you had to pick up the feminine products,
Oh yeah,
supers and some Mucinex." And I'm like, I don't have a whole lot of cash on hand, love, because my first check is coming up, my first full check because we're running the full week. So I didn't, kind of funds have been pretty tight, but thankfully we had we have food stamps, so it's like there's like $40 left on that card until like the 3rd. So it was like, well, because she has certain things that she likes to eat, that she wants to get, like breakfast bowls and stuff that she can heat up for herself, whatever. And I guess when they did the $500-some grocery order, a couple of days afterwards
on the menu.
well,
breakfast bowl?
she got
fucking get eggs and do it yourself.
Well, we can,
anyway.
we got the Jimmy Dean little onesie microwave, whatever.
Yeah, they're delicious, man.
Unless I can find the Dollar General has Jimmy Dean breakfast burritos, where you get like 4 burritos in a box, like $6.
Yeah.
And I got those one time, when in Nashville, because Dollar General is literally like right down the street from where we live. Whereas here, I'm not sure where Dollar General is. I know we have one close somewhere, like within like.
To Google.
Yeah. Most of the places, if it's not like right there on that street where we live, there's a lot of things right near where we live, but then there's like Target and stuff. You have to go like 1 or 2 exits down. There's a lot of stuff that's close that it's not that hard to get to. It's just a matter of figuring out how to, figuring out where they are. And, but Dollar General, when I stopped and got a couple of those, I brought a box home. And Zoe was like, what'd you grab? And I sent her a photo. I was like, yeah, I think I got something that you might like. And she tried those, and she goes, I actually prefer the burritos over the bowls. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, but Price Chopper doesn't have. I mean, they have burritos, but they don't have the kind. They have like other brands, random like off brands or whatever. And I got a box of like 8 of them. It was like I don't even know what brand it is, but like 8 bacon, egg, and cheese burritos or whatever, and. You microwave them, and I don't know, they're not bad. I didn't mind them.
Yeah.
And Erin had one, and she thought they were okay too, but of course they're not anywhere near as good as like the name brand, like DVD ones. Those I had some crunchy in mine. I'm like, you probably didn't nuke it long enough.
Yeah, that's the thing with those microwavable burritos, man. They never get cooked in the middle. It's just like Hot Pockets.
Yep. So
you bite into that shit and it's lava on the end, and it's frozen in the middle.
Yep. So she wants to get the Jimmy Dean ones, but like a couple of days after they did the grocery run, Zoe was like, can we go to the store like when you're off or whatever? So because she goes, I need more breakfast bowls. And I was like, well, you guys did a $500 order. How many did you get?
Yeah,
She
where
got me
the
like
fuck
3.
is all this food at?
Yeah, she's like, she got me like 3. I'm like, 3. I was like, but yet there's like 15 fucking Red Bulls in the fridge. I'm like, so the food stamps covers Red Bulls too? Like, huh?
Yeah, really.
Because Aaron and Allie, they both do Red Bulls. Pretty much do one a day, and even though neither of them are working yet, they're just, but they need their caffeine or whatever. So it's like, yeah, but I'm out here working 14 whatever out, 70 hours for the week, working overnight. The freaking like literal graveyard shift because like I don't start until like 1:30. Get back at like 10 between 10 and 12, and it's not bad. I'm kind of like 6 days a week. When I would do that back there for Jimmy, my old boss, whatever, and not know what I was doing from day to day, that sucks. Because like working 6 days, only have your 1 day off, but every day you're getting called like 2 hours beforehand. All right, be in Nashville 10 o'clock. So I hated 6-day work weeks back there, but like this past week, I thought about it as I got towards the last day of the week, and I was like, like 6 days, yeah, it still sucks, but being on a consistent daily routine. It doesn't feel as bad because at least that for the 6 days I wake up, or I know what I'm doing from day to day, so it doesn't feel quite like a long ass week.
Manageable.
Yeah, you get to do a routine, get home, go to sleep, get up maybe 2 hours before you gotta head in or whatever, and have a little bit of time to hang out or whatever. Then all right, I'll see you guys later. Head off to, especially if I'm doing the Olathe, if I'm doing that short load there and back or whatever, get up, check in with Lion Hall to be like, hey, do you guys have it? And they're like, nope, we're good. Just come in between 1 and 1:30. Like, all right, cool. See you guys then. Go back to sleep.
Yeah.
That
could be better, but yeah.
Like, went to bed at like 5 a.m. Sunday morning. Saturday I had a weird experience though when I went to go to sleep for like figured 5 hours, get up at like 9 o'clock. I was asleep for probably a couple hours. I woke up at 7, and being summer, of course, still daylight out. I woke up at 7, looked at my phone. I mean, I saw this at Saturday, but for some reason my brain didn't compute, and I freaked out because I thought 7 a.m. the next morning. So I thought I went to bed at 4 p.m. the night before, and I thought I slept all night. Basically, it was like 7 a.m. Like, no, shit.
Yeah.
Because then I'm like, well, crap, I can't enjoy my drinks because I have to work late Sunday night, so it's like, well, crap, man, there goes me trying to hang out Saturday night and kind of just try to chillax and enjoy the night off, it's like, fuck. And then, of course, like, Erin came in a couple times, like, come in and, use the master bathroom or whatever, and then she'd go back out of the room, and of course, in my mind, I'm thinking, it's 7 a.m., like, why is she up so early? Until it, like, looking at my phone and seeing Saturday, and, of course, it clicked, because I still had my alarm set. It still said I had my alarm set for 9 p.m.
It didn't go off.
And it was like 9 p.m., but it's 7 a.m. Like, why didn't it go off last night? Like, why is it still okay? What? And then the light bulb went off, and I went, oh, shit. It's still, I've only been asleep for a couple hours. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Heart rate slowing back down.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, crap. I was told.
Where am I? Who are you?
Yeah. It's like the real attention where like the show's like two guys in the car and the guy in the passenger seat is asleep and you hear it literally like scares the shit out of the driver and the driver's like, what was that? He's like, sorry man, I had a nightmare. He wakes up like, where am I? It's all good,
Yeah.
But it's nice to be on a dedicated though, because
yeah,
one of the switchers down there in Coffeyville or whatever, when I saw her Saturday morning, she was like, "So I guess like, are you the main one on this run now?" And I was like, "I think so." I was like,
"Yeah,
I believe so. That's what I was told." And she goes, "Oh, that's cool. It's nice to." She's like, "We haven't had a dedicated person for a while. We were seeing like different people or whatever. So it's nice to see the same familiar face show up every time." And I'm like, well, it's nice to be here. It's like,
yeah,
to come from where I came from to doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's amazing how that
things
works.
up though. Yep. I'm gonna buy those cups you can just refill and just do my coffee and my cold beverage that way. But of course, like, gotta wait until I get paid to be able to do it, because I was gonna buy a coffee cup tonight from Love's, $18. Yeah, never mind. I'll wait. I can't do that right now.
A mug is $18?
Yeah, it was a coffee mug. It was like $18.
What the fuck?
I mean, there was one that was 10, but that was one of the like just basic small mugs or whatever. But this one like had the handle.
You don't have one already? Just like a thing to refill, like a a Yeti.
Well,
whatever.
Well, I had
I don't know. What's the thing now?
Well, because I had a like my old boss had given us I'd had like I think it was like a 24-ounce like coffee mug or whatever that had this like the black insulated, has that vacuum seal top that you have the little slider part that you slide open. And so I'd gotten in the truck one day, back there in Nashville, and I had this coffee mug just sitting on the chair. And of course, like it looked brand new, but it wasn't wrapped up or anything, like plastic or anything. So I was like messaging, going, somebody left their coffee mug in my truck. And no, that's Christmas presents from Jimmy to all the drivers. Oh, cool, all right, tell them thank you.
Oh boy, thanks.
I was like, yeah, and it was nice, but I'm pretty sure it's packed in a box.
Packed in a box at fucking shit.
Wherever they
I had a funny name for them and I can't remember. Sorry.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, so to quote Miles, the camel jockeys. I mean, I don't know. I had something funny. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Maybe it wasn't funny. I don't know. Yeah. But it's being held hostage. That month.
Yeah. Yep. Hell, I thought about it the other day that even if I could work something out with him, because I told this too, I was like, like even if I can work something out with him where I say, hey, we just want the boxes. Like, we don't care about the furniture as much, but we want the boxes, because the boxes are what have more of the family stuff. Whereas furniture, we want it back. But
sorry,
what is?
I have a trainee.
Oh, cool.
Okay. What? Oh, okay. Well, there's there's a rest area I could stop at. Yeah, no, I don't mind.
I gotta share, man. Gotta share.
Yeah, no, it's not that like that. I mean, there is one coming up, but it's closed. There's that like truck park and rest area here in West Virginia. It's been closed for like the last month. Of course, it's just a park area with a little bathroom, but.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Good shit.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry. So.
No, it's
well, they're not going to work with you though, right? They're still saying 6,500 to come get your boxes.
Yeah, for us to come get our stuff ourselves, they want 6,500. They want 8,400 for them to full on deliver.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, even Zoe kind of agreed when I was like, like we could technically live without the furniture, even though we like the furniture back. But I was like, but we want the boxes because that has all our family stuff. Even some sentimental things. There's probably things we don't need, but there's things like the quilt my mom made for me and when I graduated high school, whatever. And like Erin has some family stuff that's been in her family for a while, So, but I had mentioned that I had emailed the company like 3 times this past week, and I had yet to get any response from any of those emails. And she goes, I think I would just deal with the Attorney General, just email them and. Because they're getting in touch with the company anyway. They're being our middleman for us. I was like, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I almost wanted, because I mean, they're like Betsy's pushing for us to go like try to file a suit in small claims court. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know if that would fix anything. I said I almost want to just figure out how to pay them to get our stuff, and then file a suit against them to basically say, like, come after them and say, yeah, we want a refund of this much or whatever because of such and such, but to have our stuff already at that point, so we're not like, hey, we're going to take you to court, and then we just don't get anything back, you know?
Yeah.
So, but, you know, like I get all these suggestions, but
see what the legal counsel suggests you do.
Yep. Well, Legal Shield, I had another, I guess, attorney or something reached out, you know, and they were like, hey, Christopher, hey, so tell me about your moving case. And I was like, well, I forwarded all the documentation, you know, and he goes, oh, hold on. Oh, so you dealt with so-and-so. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I'll forward the stuff back to him. Let him handle it, whatever. Have a good day. I'm like, okay, yeah, have you too. I'm like that.
Yeah, don't want to coach some of his buddy's client.
But I hadn't talked to the other guy either. Like the other guy, you know, I talked to him the initial time, kind of gave him the rundown. He goes, yeah, send me everything you got. Send me the contracts or the invoices and the emails and blah, blah, blah. And I'll look it over and I'll let you know if we can do anything for you. All right, cool. And then for like a couple of days last week, I kept getting these messages like at 3 or 4 in the afternoon when I was like long asleep. Like, oh yeah, it would be a text saying like your representation or your legal representation or your lawyer or whatever from Legal Shield will be reaching out to you soon. Please go, like, definitely answer the call, whatever. And of course, like, then I'm like, I see the message after the fact, you know, when I wake up that night, I'm like, I was asleep. Then I'll message back going like, you'll never get me at 4 in the afternoon. Like, I'm probably gonna be asleep.
Yeah.
So like, they need to call me at a different time or need to like coordinate, like message me and say, hey, what time's good for you? What time are you gonna be available? And I'll be like, call me anytime at such and such. But they don't. They just kept trying to call me at that time, and I'm like, come on, guys. So
you listening to what I'm saying, or
so that last guy called me like noon.
Yeah.
So I saw their number come up. I was like, oh hey, I recognized it, you know. And I was like, cool. Like, sorry, truck. Normally I'm not a dick and put my brights in someone's face, but the semi was coming at me with the brights, so I turned my brights on too, and he flipped his lights down, and so I was like, cool, there you go. I was like, can't see you, man, with your fucking brights in my face. Oh, shit, sorry. It happens. I know I've done it where I've literally, as I'm passing another truck, you know, he's going the other direction, I realize, oh, shit, I have my brights on.
Over there, right?
Yep.
You're not on the interstate, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
The little state highway.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty sure y'all's people out here come down this route because as I get close to where probably within like 50 miles before I turn to go over towards Coffeyville, I see signs like, go this way for Wichita. I'm like, oh, okay.
Wichita.
Wichita.
Did I tell you about? No, I probably didn't. It was, oh, damn it. I'll think of it. We had 2 guys from Missouri helping out in Winchester. Trying to think of the name of the Missouri terminal. But they say it's equal distance from Kansas City from them to, like, Wichita. You know what I mean? Like, so but they're out here. I'm like, oh, you know, I was telling them about your story and shit, and they're just fucking shaking their heads, you know, like, really? I just totally dropped the ball.
Yep.
You do.
Well, yeah, because I would have done it, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I think they're both trainers, and the one guy's a Viper, which is kind of like they kind of go to different terminals and help out.
Yeah.
So that, you know, for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. You know, they get paid really well for that.
Yep.
It's like $400 a day or some shit to do that. That's still not enough. Sorry, to be away from home for that long.
Yep.
That's just me though. But yeah, they're they're telling me like they don't because I've met them before because one guy came up he's like you look familiar. I'm like yeah I've met you several times at the trainer meetings. He's like oh yeah okay. Are you still a trainer? I'm like yeah. Oh well I don't know because I didn't make the last meeting because he was out doing Viper shit. So like yeah I'm still a trainer. What the hell, dude? Oh my god. Some Jeep just came from the middle lane all the way to get off on the shoulder and pull over.
Man.
By, yeah, in front of a car. Well, me
man.
and a four-wheeler was in the right lane that I was passing. Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, he was like, I haven't had a tradie in like a year, And me and the other guys are trainers. He's like, yeah, and then we come out here and they got trainees going through right now. Like that's funny.
Yep.
I guess the Wichita guys are doing it, huh?
Yep.
Well, gal, it's a girl. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying, he was, talking about, putting you over in Kansas City at that point. He's like, yeah, just be glad you didn't go there. Apparently it's a shithole. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, they can't keep anybody over there. I'm like, oh, that's great.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yep.
But anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't think of the terminal they're out of in Missouri.
Joplin?
There is one, but Joplin. That's it.
Oh, guys.
But, that's what? Like 100-something miles from you?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yep.
I don't know if they're here again this week or not, but I know the one guy was like, he was trying to he wanted to run his recap. I mean, he was staying out here. Why are you going to, he wants to keep working. Dispatch is like, no, you need a 34, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I don't want to. It's like this, like I never, you know what I mean? Like I know he's like, I know how to run my logs, just, dispatch me to hell.
And they're like, nope, gotta stop.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I get it. I get both sides of it, so.
That's after 80 days, isn't it? Like after you.
Yeah, after 8 days, yeah. Yeah, but he he always runs off his recap. He's telling me, like, he knows what he's doing. I'm like, yeah, I know how to do it too, but I never do it.
And
it's just easier to get that 34.
Yeah, at least for
Call
70 hours, you could run your ass off, and then basically just be, all right, cool, down, park it.
Yep. Yeah, like, me with like 3 hours and 40-something minutes left on Saturday when I got done.
Yep.
My 70.
Yep.
Whatever. Well, I'm like, what the hell? I mean, I only had 11 to start with when I started on Saturday morning.
Yep.
And I wasn't even paying attention. Like, I didn't realize I'd worked that much. It was just been a blur,
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
Yep. Yeah, I figure I'd still try to be a little more proactive with the whenever I log off. Not when I log off, but whenever I stop, make sure to just automatically put myself off duty or put it in yard move or whatever to try to conserve. Because that was that.
Yeah, I don't ever use off duty on mine. Because there's, other than when I log out.
Yep.
Well, we have to be on duty when we're unloading,
Yeah. But I don't think, 'cause I think yard move, I don't think it counts against you on your 70. I think it stops it.
Does it? I don't know.
But,
I mean, it's
but
still on duty.
It is,
still on
but,
duty time.
but I've noticed that, like, my 8-hour clock, it's almost like it pauses that one, too. Like, if I do yard move, it'll, like, the number, like, it kind of pauses things or whatever. But if you're on duty, like on duty, it'll obviously take down or whatever count against your on duty hours. So I've had it with weeks before where it was like forgot to I was just like whatever, fuck it, whatever, and I'm not wasn't putting myself in yard move or whatever. And so like I got to where I was having to go down to like Huntsville, I think, and I picked up the load, and I think I went over to Love's, and because it was like 120 miles down to Huntsville, and then 120 or so back. And so I would get to Love's to, grab some food and some coffee, whatever, before getting ready to head down there, only to realize I looked at my hours and went, oh, fuck, I got 4 hours. I was like, and I need at least 2 weeks down there and 2 weeks back, and that's accounting for like drop and hook and all that stuff. I was like, oh, crap, I don't know if I can. So then I basically had to call Linehaul and kind of explain, like, yeah, I think I fucked up. Like, I have the load, but I don't think I could get down there and get back legally or whatever. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, we're just going to dispatch you back here. Just go ahead and bring it back here. And because we have a guy that's actually coming in from Murph. He could do it, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. And I was like, well, I just figured, get in touch with the guys before I get in trouble or whatever, so that way. And they're like, yeah, we appreciate that, so yeah, just go ahead and bring it back. And I was like, all right. And they basically dropped it off back at Lebanon and went home.
Nice.
But it was like, oh crap, I didn't realize my hours are so. It's like when I saw it 6 hours or 5.5, 6 hours on my 70 on Saturday. I hadn't really looked at my, my clock.
Sorry. Sorry about that. Came out of nowhere.
But I hadn't really looked, and so when I realized I was like 6 hours left of my 70 when I got done, I was like, whoa, that was pretty close. Not like close to where I was like, ooh man, I almost didn't make it. But it was like, oh, okay. So that's why I thought, well, let me see what I can do throughout the week. Since it's 6 days, part of it is probably because it's 6 days I'm working, so it's like I'm easily going to do at least 10 to 12, probably, I mean, depending how the night goes, it might be 10 to 12 hours or whatever per night. But maybe I'm trying to kill too much time.
Thank you. Oh, shit. Oh, man.
Yep. Sucks when you get a little fit like that going for a while, like you like, I've had like 10 sneezes over the course of like a few minutes where it's like every couple seconds, fuck. Yep. I'll get looked at because like literally I'll sneeze and you'll hear, oh my god, oh fuck, you okay? Fucking hurt. Because you'll feel your back crunch when you do it. Ow!
I just ruptured my spleen.
I'm gonna feel that for the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
That's gonna leave a mark. Like I have to like almost like mentally prepare myself when I feel a sneeze coming out. Like, oh hey, come on, just relax. Come on.
Yeah.
So that way, like I can sneeze and
can't stop it.
Nope. I mean, sometimes you can. Like I can take like if you're getting ready to sneeze, sometimes taking a sip of like taking a drink or something. Sometimes that'll stop the urge coming on.
I never tried to because there's a reason why you're sneezing. There's a reason for the sneezing.
I was literally just thinking that. Every sneezing has a reason.
That's right.
So I'm always like, I'm just grateful whenever you do sneeze and you get it done and you don't have that crunch or whatever, you don't hurt afterwards. Like, woo, okay, another one comes on. Oh no,
yeah, I just fixed my back. Sweet.
I just got past the sneeze. And
yeah. sneeze again and it hurts again. Like, fuck.
It can't just be a light sneeze. It has to be the freaking explosion, back crunch, paralyzed for a few minutes afterwards. You really want to get rid of that, whatever you're sneezing.
Yeah. Good shit.
Yep. But on my way home Saturday, I went ahead and hit one of the, it's like a flying day that's off 435 on my way back home or whatever. I thought, you know what, I'm going to use my points, because since I had like $195 in points on my pilot card, and I don't, feel pilot anymore. So I was like, I'm going to get some sunglasses, because I definitely feel it later on in the morning when I'm coming back. It gets like super bright out. And I was like, yeah, I better get the sunglasses at least during that period, Turn your brights off, fucker. So there's semi coming at me with their
the high beams on. I'm scared of the dark.
Yeah, their brights and their fog lights, like all their lights in the front run. And I was like, good Lord, man. I know you need spotlights
on. Your fog lights turn off. Weird.
Do they?
Usually. I don't know,
Ooh.
Maybe you got it wired differently. Maybe it's a wall well. Is it a wall well?
No, I mean with the guy that came at me though had, I don't know if his
that's yours, yeah. You're having a wall well.
Yep. I mean, I use the fog lights on occasion if it's like really, really, really foggy, but otherwise I don't really bother with them.
Yeah. Well, you don't leave them on all day long like all these other retards out here?
I mean, as dark as it is out here, just my regular headlights illuminate the highway pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good shit.
I was surprised when I went through Gold Corral before I sent you that picture with the mushrooms or whatever. The mushrooms and the okra.
Oh, yeah.
When I went through there, it was like 12, 12:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
they still had a whole section that had all the breakfast stuff out.
Nice.
Like eggs and pancakes and French toast and bacon. Like everything was still full, and I literally was like, oh shit. But I got my stuff.
Was that one of the truck stops or whatever?
No, that was Gold Corral near the hotel that we stayed at, near the
okay.
With like a couple exits away from where we live or whatever. And it's funny because like I went in there thinking, well, initially when I hit Flying J to get sunglasses, I looked at the that cabinet that has all the stuff, the like jewelry or the little stuff you can get for like gifts or whatever that has like little hearts or roses or whatever that are made out of glass or whatever,
Yeah.
So because his birthday's on the 7th, so it's like I thought, well, fuck, I have points. Let me see if I can find something. So I sent Zoe like a little video, whatever. I said, so I'm speaking of this. I was like, go in your room, away from mom, before you, I text her like, go away from mom before you listen to it. And I was like, what do you think? Which one do you think I should get her? She's like, well, I don't know, man. It's up to you. I was like, all right, well, I'm just trying to get your thoughts, your opinions, And she's like, oh, okay, well, maybe the one with the rose, like I don't know how much you have. Or how much you can afford or whatever, but or how much those are, but I was like, all right, So I thought, well, I'll get that one. I looked at one of their coffee mugs too that's like insulated. It said like keep stuff hot or cold for 32 hours, and I would have bought it with points because it was like $17 or whatever, but then it's like 30 something ounces, and I would have gotten it as a coffee cup, and I'm like, well, I don't want 30 something ounces of coffee. Like 24 is good.
Yeah, that's good. A lot.
Yeah. I'm cool with
hot
24,
and
right?
cold, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I could have done it with cold or whatever, but I thought, well, I want to kind of buy it at Love's so I get that first fill free, you know. While I'm since that fuel there, it might be better to. But I might end up getting into Pilot, just using my points and buying the cold drink mug and the coffee mug, you know.
Yeah.
Haven't decided yet, you know, but.
Decisions.
Yep. But yeah, I was like, I really don't want a 32-ounce mug for coffee. And I would feel weird only filling it up like 2/3 and being like, all right, that's all the coffee I need, you know, and feel like you're leaving a lot of room. So then, yeah, I'll wait. It's all good. I'll hate out, you know. Well, you know, getting down here to the roundabout.
Oh. Roundabout.
Hell, I might be able to use part of my Pilot points to buy a cheap dash cam for this truck also to basically so I could like catch, you know, interesting moments on camera and basically hey, see like people do dumb shit.
Have a camera in there, but
it does. Yeah, for personal like.
No, you can't get that stuff. It's not for you to.
Nope.
It's not for you to access.
Well, because it's like, you know, when you see some like people do stuff, you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
yeah,
it's where it's one lane, but we have like a little bit of a kind of a median that's a cement median. I literally was going down the road, and I was coming up on this. I think it was a prime truck, and he had a box truck behind him. And at first, it didn't kind of register this up because I saw the prime truck kind of swerve a little bit, but then I realized the box truck had gone in that little cement area on the left and was illegally passing him. And then cutting over and almost hit the prime truck off the road because there's a drop off on the right side. And it's like,
goodness.
He just kind of like, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Oh shit! Oh, what the hell are you doing, box truck?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop. Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
So But then there's another one where like coming back the other direction right here in this little section that I'm at now, because you got like it goes down to one lane for a mile or whatever because they're literally redoing one side I guess. And so I was at that little construction red light, and I had this I don't know what it was. It's like a pickup or something in front of me, and you know, before the light had turned green or whatever, the guy was kind of creeping forward into the traffic lane, and I'm going, like, there's cars still coming our direction, man. I don't know what the fuck you think you're doing. And then he started to go out in that lane like he was just gonna go, and I'm like, you're gonna go head on with other cars, but then he flipped the U-turn and went back the other direction, probably to try to see if there's another highway. I'm like, I don't know where the fuck you're going. There's no highways that bypass this. Like. Because I would think I was doing like one of those little video messages on a app called Marco Polo for Zoe and for Aaron or whatever, and I was on one of those, being that I was stopped, you know, for like 10 minutes sitting at this light, just kind of doing a video or whatever, you know, sending a message, and mid-video, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, what are you doing, stupid? Oh, he's turning around, okay. I was like, I thought he was going to do something like go head on with these other cars where so they'd be like, well, we're going to be sitting here for a while because there's nowhere for the two traffic directions to go because they're kind of going head on with each other now. Because I was like, oh, please don't do something stupid. I'm trying to get home. It's like I don't want to be stuck out here for a couple hours because you go head on with another car and lose. So I've been training for a couple of days or whatever.
Yeah. No, he's like, man, I really need to stop. I'm like, okay. Definitely not the stopping kind of dude, but.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know. He said he had something. Didn't agree with him or some shit. I don't know. to be honest, he was having some kind of fucking episode. I don't know if he has like narcolepsy or something, but like I'm talking to him. You know, we're just like doing the history kind of thing. You know, that you do like what you know other jobs you've done. And I was telling him he used to apparently back in the day in the early 2000s he worked for Atlas. So I was trying to tell him your story, and he's like falling asleep and shit. Like he's like head goes down and then it goes back, and he starts snoring. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, you okay? You know what I mean? He's not responding. I'm like, are you having a fucking seizure? I've seen, like a fucking multifocal seizure or something over there. I'm like, no. He's like, oh, huh? Oh no. No, I'm just, I'm like, okay, dude.
Just tired.
Yeah. Like he's just like narcoleptic, falling asleep like at a drop of a hat.
Man.
Snoring and shit. I'm like, I don't know, it looks like something different to me.
Gotta get enough sleep.
Yeah, well.
I mean, at least you're not doing all night. You come in at like 3, which is still pretty early in the day or whatever. But
yeah, he's not used to it though. No, but
yeah.
funny enough, he used to work for Schneider too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was telling me he worked for Schneider in Connecticut or some shit. He did. He said he worked dedicated tractor supply for a while out of Connecticut. I'm like, no shit. I used to run tractor supplies out of Camp Hill. But the feed, he ran the warehouse, like the actual, like, products or whatever, from the DC up there.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, that's cool, Another former Schneider driver. It's funny too, because he left for the same reason that I left. He wanted to be home every day. He waited. No, he wasn't. But he wanted to be home every day, and he waited a year and a half, and he couldn't. He transferred up to Carlisle. And he waited like a year and a half to get a local gig, and they couldn't get it. He just finally had enough. I didn't wait that long, but you know what I mean. I made that decision where I was done. When Jess was pregnant and all that, and Isabella was pending. It's like I'm not gonna miss this kid growing up, so I had to make a choice.
Yep.
Was it stay there and try to still work it out, or get a local job? So it was a local job. Turned out it worked out, I should say.
Yeah. I know how that was. Back when Alex was like 6 months old or whatever, and the Cohen truck broke down on me, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go local now. Are you sure? Is this what you want to do? I was like, don't get me wrong, I love driving for you guys. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
I was always getting these, like, they were always pretty good at getting me loads that were decent miles. Like, all right, so I got a load for you. It's going to such and such. It's like 580 miles. Blah blah blah. I'm like, cool. All right. Except for when they tell me where it's going, and it's like, yeah, it's going to downtown Philly. Ah, fuck. Shit. Going to Chicago. Ah, man. And you could say no to them, but then you go back to the beginning of the queue. And after basically, like, they still get you dispatched, but they if you say no, they kind of go back to try to find something else. I never said no. I always just, oh, all right. I guess I'll do it, Get delivered and basically, or if it's like Philly or Chicago, it's like I would stop close. I would basically get myself as close as possible, but still far enough away where I could stop somewhere that's safe and legal, and then literally plan to come in there, deliver, get the fuck out, you know?
Yeah.
Especially with all the,
you can come back out now. We need to get the fuck out of here.
All the one-way streets you got in certain areas, you know?
Yeah.
Making another left turn.
It's all one-way streets leading away from where I'm trying to go.
Yep. You can only turn left. I think we were living in Havertown. I think there was one time that Aaron got this advertisement for like supposedly a new Krispy Kreme shop that supposedly had opened up in Philly. And she was like, "Ooh, Krispy Kreme! Oh man, we didn't have anything that was close by us."
Right.
Like all we had were like
Street Road there.
Yep.
On Street Road. Yeah.
Oh, might have been. Yeah. But wherever it was,
I know there's another one in Springfield, but the only other one, Krispy Kreme, I know it was on Street Road.
Well, because there was
in Philly.
I don't think GPS had been updated with it because it was that new. So like I tried to navigate to it. And where it took me, there was no Krispy Kreme in that area, and every street was like, take this turn, and then follow down here, and of course it says arriving. You're like, I don't see anything. Like there's all these other businesses, but I don't see Krispy Kreme, and of course, like to navigate back, I would have had to go down a half mile, take another turn, take another turn, take another turn, and come back again. And I'm like, yeah, but if it's not here, I don't know where it is. So try to go back to that same area. I don't know if that's going to help, so I basically just navigated home and texted her, like, I was like, yeah, GPS doesn't know where it is. So it says it's here, but it's not here, so I was like, I don't like being down here, so I'm coming back. She says, oh, man. But then I think we had an actual Krispy Kreme actually open up within like a half mile away, like near like one of the giant stores or whatever. So they had like a little Krispy Kreme that opened up right next door to it, so we would go there. I still have a photo that pops up on my phone, the little time hop stuff because they were giving out those white hats, you know, with the donuts.
Oh yeah, I've gotten one of those before. Yeah, dude, it's an experience, man.
Yep. So there's a little selfie with me, Mizo and Allie wearing the hats or whatever, holding the box of donuts. You know, we're like, hey.
Good? Okay. You're all right.
Sorry, dude. Sorry.
Think so? You're talking about how particular we got some places again.
Fun shit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. Krispy Kreme is an experience. That's what I was, you know. Yeah, especially when they're actively making the donuts or going across the conveyor there.
Yep.
Did they give you one right off the belt?
Yeah, I think so. I think
it just like melts in your mouth.
Where it's like
you'll never have a donut that fresh again.
Nope. If you're diabetic, those things are fucking dangerous too.
Oh, I know.
Because of how just like how high it spikes your sugar because of how sugar filled those fuckers are. But oh my god, they're good.
Mhm.
It's like Aaron made cinnamon rolls yesterday, and you know, I went ahead and I grabbed one of those. I was like, yep, I'm only doing one though. Your sugar level's 1,500. Oh fuck. I'd kind of like to not go back to the vision blurring again.
Yeah, unfortunately, Janelle's husband's kind of going through some shit like that. He's actually got a monitor and stuff, a high blood.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? His shit is like really fucking high. But they're working on like a regimen for him or whatever. And it has unfortunately, it has a lot to do with his drinking.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
So like, is it blood pressure or is it sugar level?
The sugar level.
Oh, gotcha.
He's had issues with his pancreas and stuff already from drinking, so it doesn't really help. And he was basically told to stop drinking, and he's actually was just given some stuff to help him like stop drinking or whatever.
I am.
You know, some kind of program or whatever. I don't know. No, it's not like a 12-step program, but some kind of program. You know what I mean? To some medications or what. I don't fucking know. I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good. You know, and he's like willing to do it. And that's really on top of everything, that's really the best way to succeed is if they gotta be willing to stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You can't make somebody but with an addiction like that, you just can't make anybody do nothing they don't want to do when they're addicted like that, you know?
Yep.
Okay, I gotta keep moving over, but you're just gonna fucking swear to God, these fucking people down here. No, I didn't forget that my turn signal was on. I still need over. 'Cause you gotta when you get on the 11 here off of 81, you gotta get over like 3 fucking lanes.
Oh yeah.
To go to stay on 11, this time of day, excuse me, it starts to get real trafficy.
Oh, gotcha.
But, you know, everybody need to get their 7-Eleven or the Wawa or their Sheets. You know, they're all, like, in the same fucking block. Like, how does any of those make any money? They're all in the same fucking 4 corners of this intersection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Yeah, well, what do you do? We gotta load this trailer and then pick up our preloaded.
Oof, I tell you.
Yeah, we had to re-dry it this morning. That was fun. There was actually moisture in there. I was trying to hopefully not have to do this, but here we are. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it went up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock last night. Basically, was like, all right, gonna go lay down. Everyone's like, oh, okay. I was like, well, I work tonight, and since I get back so late in the morning, it's like, if I were to get back like between 5 and 7 a.m., then technically I don't need a whole lot of sleep before I go in, as long as I slept okay the day before, you know. Like, but coming in at like midnight, 1 o'clock to be loaded by 2, and then get back home by like noon, it's like if I'm even a little bit tired before I even start, then by the time I get done, I'm just like, oh my god, I'm tired.
Well, I hope he's loaded already. Oh, the truck just pulled into the scale from the other direction. Oh. I know I need to look at his pipe to see if he's got a purple seal on there. Well, you just look at his weight. No, he ain't fucking loaded. Son of a bitch. 27,000. He's fucking empty. Oh yeah, good shit, man.
Well, you know what time I'm out here, so anytime you're,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I would say, you get loaded and what happens. You gotta do a bunch of other.
At least it'll be
anyway,
more of an average length raw chat.
Yeah, I know it's not gonna be a 4-hour one. What do you do?
All right, man. Well, have fun training.
Yep. You know it.
Yep.
All right, see you.
Bye.
Yep. Bye.